What'd you like, Fran? What'd you see that you liked tonight?
I thought there were, some very good individual performances for us. Christian Williams in particular I thought was very good. Pete was obviously on fire, and we did a good job recognizing that and getting him the ball. We had two really good defensive sequences, one in each half. We didn't really play the kind of defense we need to play. I mean, they spread us out, they got it in the lane, and they made plays and they made some shots. And I thought, our cohesiveness defensively is not what it needs to be. And we got to give them credit for that. We just have to do better. But we did. We had the 18-0 run in the first half, and then in the second half we had another run. When they cut it to 9, we got it back over 20. But I think we got a little complacent there, so I wasn't happy about that at all. And we got to do a better job of getting Tyler Cook the ball and recognize it, especially when we're in the double bonus early in both halves. Got to throw it inside and got to drive the ball. We did get to the free throw line 41 times, made 28 free throws, made more free throws than they attempted, so that's a good thing. So there's a lot of good and there's a lot that needs to be worked on.
Is the cohesiveness on defense just new guys learning where each other is?
That. I thought our effort level, when we got a lead, was not what it needs to be. They had some shots early. They came out ready, and I think that was good for us to play against a team that was moving the ball and hitting shots, and we got behind. So we had to, fight back. We had to fight to get a lead, and we did that. But then the complacency that took place once we got up 20, there's no excuse for that, and that cannot happen. And to their credit, they took advantage of that and moved it, scored it, and then we cranked it again defensively. But you can't play the game that way. You can't play this game in spurts and be a really good team. You'll be okay, but you can't be good.
What did you see from Tyler, first game action for him?
I thought he was terrific. I mean, he was a presence, obviously, at both ends of the floor. I thought he really fit into what we were trying to do. We went to him a couple times. We'll go to him more. But I want to see our guys recognize, he had 9 shots and 7 free throws. Those numbers should be doubled.
We talked a lot about assist-to-turnover ratio. That kind of fluctuated back and forth tonight. What did you think of that? And
it's got to be better. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's got to be better than 1-to-1.
Was there something? Is it inconsistency with what the guys were doing with the ball that led to that tonight?
He just turned it over. I mean, it was bad decisions. I mean, it was mistakes. It was playing too fast. There's a lot of reasons for it.
At the under 12 timeout, you kind of let him have it. After you were done, Pete stepped in and kind of let him have it. Is that a good thing for him to do?
Very good thing, because, in situations like that, they can't take it personal. Mm-hmm. And they have to recognize that what I'm saying is for their benefit. And, again, what you're looking for in a situation like that is some corrections. And to their credit, that's what they did. They really worked together defensively in that one stretch. It was very impressive. Now, there's no reason why we couldn't have played that way all the time. Now, you're not going to get stop after stop. They've got some guys who can play. And they prove that. But you're looking for that type of effort and intensity and execution consistently for 40 minutes. And everybody talks about execution on offense. There's execution on defense too. And we didn't execute defensively.
It seemed like in that second half lull that Bear and Cook were really the spark plugs that kind of ignited that.
I thought Wagner too. Wagner and Williams. I would agree with you, but I thought Wagner and Williams were really good in that stretch. Really proud of those guys.
Did Christian take a step towards really nailing down the point guard job, you think, tonight?
Yeah, probably. But I thought Jordan was terrific in the first half. He came off the bench, scored 7 quick ones, pushed it hard, So, I mean, we need both of those guys, but, you know, Christian goes 11-5 with 0 turnovers, pretty good night. You know, Jordan had 8 points. He's not going to be 1 for 5 very often from 3, and also had 3 assists. So, a couple goofy turnovers for him, but look at that straighten out. He's smart and tough.
Couple guys out with ankle injuries, is it something that you're concerned about, or are they maybe short?
Ellingson will be back shortly. Kriener could be a little longer.
If Cordell Pencil's that active immediately off the bench, is that going to be a tough guy to keep off the floor this year?
He's a handful. You know, what he's got to do is he's got to finish a little better. He's 2 for 5, and they were all layups. He's got to concentrate and see that ball in the basket, but he has a versatile skill set. He can pass and catch, and he can play like a perimeter player, and he can play like a post player. And he's smart, and he understands the game, and he understands the anatomy of the game and how the game unfolds. And you know, we were playing a smaller, quicker team at times. You know, they went, guard, multiple guards, are going off the dribble, and so he was moving his feet. He's trying to keep guys contained in ball screens. He's bodying up and talling up in the post, staying out of foul trouble. I was really impressed with him. You're right.
Take one more.
Did you like that starting 5? Is that the one you think you'll be?
I like that starting 5. I thought Dom Mule was really good in the first half. Second half, he wasn't as good, but you know, in the first half, he gave us a lot.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Yep.